Hey Libra, the Knight of Cups. So definitely looking for some sort of romance. And I know people tell me all the time, I'm not looking. Okay, well this is definitely singles read. So majority of the people are probably looking. And if you're not, maybe you want to look, but you just aren't sure that you want to get back out there. So again, the Knight of Cups is somebody who's very romantic, wistful thinking, kind of dreaming. This is like a writer of their own novel. This is somebody who like writes their own story or wants to write their own story. So I love this for you as the theme of the month because it's whimsy, it's romantic, it's dreaming. So it tells me, Libra, even if you're not dating, even if you're not sure you want to date, etc., there's definitely a very happy vibration with the Knight of Cups. It's very, very whimsical, very, you can fantasize at least, right? Okay, Libra, there's nothing wrong with fantasizing, and that the Knight kind of tells me that, you know, you are kind of in a better place, feeling in a better place about romance, if that makes sense. A lot of you, I'm sure, are still kind of like, ooh, I don't know that I want to get out there, but I definitely feel like you're moving more towards accepting the past and accepting heartbreak, because I feel like some of you just been through some things and you're just like, I'm not sure that I want to get out there and do it again, but I can dream about it, right? I can fantasize about it. The next card you have is your current position coming into the month. Yeah, and that makes sense. So the Three of Swords is about pain, it's about despair, it's about heartbreak. So I feel like a lot of you have not been dating or don't want to date or have kind of been in solitude because you're like, it's easier not to get out there than to deal with the pain, the heartbreak, the crappy, you know, whatever goes along with when you've had pain before. So unfortunately, Libra, I feel like a lot of you are still letting that keep you down. A lot of you are still like allowing the past heartbreaks or past relationships to kind of convolute any actual action. Like you're feeling this happiness, you're feeling, or this romantic, again, this dreaming, whimsical about it, but you're kind of like, well, I've been there, done that, and I'm not ready for this shit again. So I just don't know that I want to get out there. The next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. And you have the Page of Swords, yeah, and it's because you feel like you've been defeated. You feel like there's been, like you don't, it's trust issues. Point blank, Libra, trust issues. That's what this is saying. The Page of Swords is you've had a broken heart before, and it could be a long time ago. It could just be that it dwells on your faith in meeting people and trusting people, because the Page of Swords is somebody who's seeking the truth, trying to learn about people. So I feel like if you are getting out there and meeting people, you're kind of like always like, are they really telling me the truth? Ooh, is that a red flag? So it's almost like you're over analyzing everything people do because you really had the shit end of the stick at one point or another. Somebody treated you like crap, and it's unfortunately come full circle to affect any future dating. I think that's about to change because I just saw like a circle in my mind and it kind of like broke open and led to a different path. And so I feel like that's about to change. But I feel like, you know, that a lot of past hurts does play a big deal into like your future and wanting to date and how you feel about connecting with people. The next card you have is your distant past, or the past 5-10 months. It could be throughout childhood, and you have the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is somebody who's works very hard, due diligence. And I feel like that's how you have proceeded in work and in love and in relationships. So I feel like you've put so much work. I really want to say a lot of you had a serious relationship or a marriage, or, you know, you watched your parents' marriage and somebody put a lot of work into it and somebody else didn't. And I feel like, Libra, you kind of like always put the effort in and always try and make it work, even if there's bad times, even if there's even at times when it felt like you couldn't come back from this or you couldn't make it work. There was no coming back from this. You always tried to see the bright side of it, and you were always you know, grinding, nose to the grind. And yet I feel like the universe is bringing that up here, saying this is going to take work too. Like dating is going to take work too. Unfortunately, it's not going to be, you know, roses and fairy tales. Dating is hard work, especially nowadays with the online dating and all of that. There's so many different facets to it. People don't even actually have to interact or communicate that much when they're going out and meeting people. And that takes a lot of the connectability out of relationships and out of dating. And so I feel like the universe is saying with the Knight of Pentacles, look, Libra, if you're willing to put in the effort and the hard work, it will pay off. But you know, you've got to like lay low on this type of energy and keep more of this type of energy alive. The next card you have is your immediate past, over the past 2 weeks, past month or so. So yeah, I don't know if some of you went through a divorce and it's been finalized. If some of you had a breakup, it's not a reconciliation read by any means. So it's more of like a breakup where you can't stand this person, or maybe they, you know, kept trying to come in and out of your life, because you have this Four of Cups, which is saying like wasting of time, taking for granted. I feel like this is a big time thing for you guys, Libra, for whatever reason. I feel like it's definitely about time, because I feel like this is like, well, I wasted plenty of time before and the ship sailed anyways. Like I put a lot of effort into it and it ended anyway. So what's the point? And I hate to say that, Libra, but I feel like a lot of you are like, what's the point? I wasted time. This is, you know, apathy. This is saying I was taken for granted. I put 100% in, I worked really hard and it ended anyway. So why am I going to put a lot of time and energy into dating or meeting someone new? It's almost like you're convinced it's absolutely going to end, you know, in a bad way. But I feel like something recently brought that up, because because Libras are generally not the cynics. Libras are generally not like the negative headspace. So I feel like something happened, like maybe you found out that your past ex is like getting remarried, or something sparked the negative thought pattern back in Libra for this month for whatever reason. Something I feel like kind of, but at the same time I feel very hopeful, because you are still going to have like fantasies and romantic thoughts about people or meeting people. All right, so your distant future is the Three of Cups, and I like this for you. This is celebrations, it's party, it's meeting new people, it's excitement, it's friendships. So I feel like you will get back out there. I feel like this is kind of a glitch. Something happened, something came to fruition, something showed up on your radar in the past few weeks that just kind of like, pissed you off or made you mad or made you kind of revisit a past time where there was some heartbreak. But I'm not feeling like it's destroying anything. I feel like you'll still get out there. I just think you're being like overly cautious about it, which nothing wrong with that. Just make sure, like, don't overanalyze something that really doesn't need to be looked at in a negative way, or don't assume just because this person dresses the same way as the last person that it's gonna end badly. Does that make sense? Because you have this Three of Cups coming up, where it means you're gonna enjoy meeting new people, you're gonna enjoy new connections. So let's kind of switch the headspace here and get into a more like vamp up to get ready to meet some really cool people. The next card you have is your immediate future. So over the next few weeks, next month or so, throughout the month, and you have Justice. So this is Libra's card. You could be dealing with a Libra. I just said that and you're a Libra. I'm so sorry. I don't know why that just like it didn't even click. And then I was like, wait, I'm dealing with Libra. So I love this for you. And if you see my reads, you know that I love when you show up in your read, because it means you're being organically true to yourself. You're allowing feelings to come out, good or bad. You're allowing truths to come out, good or bad. You're ultimately really coming to a reality check with yourself. You're coming to, okay, this is why things in the past happened. This is where I want to go going forward. This is where I can change myself. This is where I can change my behaviors. This is where I can change the type of people I meet, the type of people I allow to enter my life. So this is really you coming out and saying, I'm me, take it or leave it. I am, an amazing person in a relationship. I'm marriage material. Because Justice actually stands a lot of times when it appears in a read like this, or in any type of love read, Justice can symbolize marriage. Now, it's also a cause and effect. So it goes along with saying, if you go out into the universe feeling like this, looking for people, that's what you're going to get back. If you go out into the universe feeling like this, that's what you're going to get back. So this is you realizing you have a lot more control and power over who you date, who you meet, and how far things go with somebody, and when to let go of somebody who maybe isn't a good fit, and when to hold on and appreciate it when it is a good fit. So Libra, glad you showed up, and glad it didn't take me too long to figure that out. All right, the next card you have is anything tangible that's going to happen throughout the month. Could be the beginning, middle, end. It lasts for a day, etc. You have the Tower. So something needs to come crashing down here, Libra. Something needs to disintegrate. And I honestly think it's your past. I honestly think it's like letting this go. Whatever shit happened in the past to you, whether it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever slighted you, whatever, and maybe it was a couple times, because I feel like some of you are going, it didn't just happen once. It happened a few times, and I'm tired of it. And I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of feeling the pain, the sorrow. It sucks. So why is it worth it? But the Tower is saying, okay, let all that come crashing down. Let that disintegrate. And now it's time to build a new foundation. This is exactly what you need to do right now, Libra. Build a new foundation on love. Build a new thought process. Build a new process, period. Okay, so if it sucked and if you had bad experiences, try something completely different. Start asking around. Friends, hey, do you know of anybody? Start going to social functions. Start doing, if you were doing online dating, skip that all together and do meetup groups, or they even have professional services. Whatever it is, you've got to figure out some way to rebuild this foundation without taking the negative thoughts with you. The next card you have is how you're feeling throughout the month, and it's the King of Pentacles. So this is like, hey, Libra's on top of their shit. They've got a good career. They're working really hard. They're going to school. They're going to college. They have kids. Your thought process is like, I'm really stable. I have a lot of shit to offer to somebody, but I'm not willing to like lose it all again, or to have emotions ruin it, or to have love come in and hit me by the wayside. Because the King of Pentacles is somebody who's very stable, sturdy, strong, very businesslike. And so I feel like you're almost approaching this like, this next person who comes in is going to have to meet this checklist. And you just got to be careful with that too, because there's got to be some sort of emotion or some sort of footloose, fancy free, you know, that romantic feeling. And you'll get there because you have this coming up. But right now you're kind of feeling like, I'm not letting anybody break down my walls. Like your wall is up, Libra, and you're like, good luck, because the brick and mortar is up pretty sturdy here. The next card you have is your hopes and fears. So your hope is that you can rest. Your hope is, the Four of Swords is rest, recuperation. It's knowing when to take a break. So what's going to happen, Libra, here, I think that's going to be the most important, is rest. Take a break, okay? Get out and meet people. I think it's very important that you get out and meet people. I don't know why, but I'm being told it's extremely important that you get out and meet people, even if it's just for friendship aspects, okay? But the Four of Swords is saying, but then take a break when you need a break. Learn to move forward, and then learn to pull back when you need to. Move forward, then pull back, or take a few days off. If you're, you know, dating or meeting people and you're just not feeling it, or you're feeling overwhelmed, take a break. This is knowing when it's starting to get to you and when the negativity is starting to cloud, because you're still trying to get rid of, you know, that energy that has burdened you for some time now. The next card you have is your outcome card, and you have the King of Cups. All right, so this is somebody who's very calm, cool, collected, somebody who listens. So this is you. I feel like, Libra, this is you kind of going, okay, I want to meet somebody, but I need to really figure out, how do I do that? I need to listen to what people tell me. I need to understand when people are being genuine with me, when they're not being genuine. The King of Cups is manipulation, and I feel like that's something you fear, is that you will be manipulated again, or that there will be some, because I feel like some of you, even in your dating, you were feeling manipulated. Like the person would tell you everything they thought you wanted to hear, but in the back end you knew like that they were bullshitting. Like 4 cards just came out here, so I'm not going to take all. Hold on. But I feel like, yeah, I feel like you, even in dating, you kind of feel like you could smell the BS a mile away. And so just, you know, just know that if you pay attention, and then if you are cool and calm and collected in your own headspace and in your own demeanor, you know, you'll receive the same as well. I feel like some of you've dealt with some drama and you're just like, no, I just need somebody to talk to, somebody to chill with, somebody to hang out with. Now, very interesting. You have the Page of Swords here crowning this. And again, this is seeking, this is teaching, this is learning. I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. You're learning how to read people again. You're learning how to not assume the worst. You're learning how to not assume that the other shoe is always going to drop, that you're always going to end up in this situation. You're learning to appreciate the good times and have fun and be able to get along with people and trust people again. Now you have the Seven of Swords here, which makes sense. The Seven of Swords is a defense, it's priority, it's some sort of strategy. So I feel like I'm going to pull another card for clarification, but Libra, I feel like you are going to be on the defense. You're still going to be like, I've got my priorities in check. You know, I'm stable. I've got all this going for me. You know, I feel like you're going to feel like on the defense. Like people may be like, well, why aren't you interested in me? And it's maybe just a gut feeling you're getting from it. But I feel like you do. I mean, you're still going to have some sort of wall up here, Libra. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah. Okay. But you're going to need to take a leap of faith here. And that's what the universe is saying. Because the Fool is the beginning of the major arcana, which is a new cycle. It's the beginning of a new cycle. So I really feel like there's something opening up here for you, Libra. It's okay to still be on the defense. It's okay to still have the wall up a little bit. But let it come down. Let it crumble a little bit. Let somebody in. Let somebody get to know you. Whatever this is, I really do feel like for a lot of you, you found something out about a past ex, or you heard about somebody and like, just there was something that kind of brought up the past and brought up past hurt, and you're kind of like, what the fuck is the point? But there is a point, because there's something big coming. And with the Fool here, there's something, a new cycle, a brand new beginning. This is saying, take the leap of faith. Even if it's just friends, even if it's just hanging out, even if it's just getting to know somebody, have fun, meet new people. Don't assume that it's all going to end badly. Maybe start assuming, fake it till you make it. Maybe assume it's all going to be fantastic, and then it starts to come to fruition in a more positive light. All right, Libra, I really think you need to get out there and take that leap of faith, and, you know, still hold those fantasies and romantic thoughts, because it's not over for you. There's just been some bumps in the road. All right, Libra.